Yo, what's going on, everybody? Christopher here, yep, and I'm back with another video. Thank you for watching this content. Y'all know the only thing that I ask is that you like the videos. So what has lockdown in Germany for like the almost last year and a half been like for somebody like myself? I gotta admit, it's been boring, it's been dry. I've been having to find things to do outside of what I'm used to. Everything's been done from within the confines of my home. And to be honest, I've kind of gotten used to it in a way that I'm not so happy with. For you see, one of the main things that I lost out on in being confined to the walls of my home is being able to get all that free exercise from just being out doing stuff. I missed out on that, and I didn't get a chance to really make up for it by doing anything inside the home. So for the most part, I did try to keep up with like getting content out. I did try to keep up with most of the other things I got going on in my life, and I did pretty well on those things. But the one thing I feel like I didn't keep up on is keeping up with this. So I'm not a vain type of person, nor am I the kind of person that operates off what others might even think about me. But it's kind of hard to ignore the fact that things have changed over the last year plus. I look a little bit different. I'm a little bit softer. I don't feel as strong. I'm a little bit rounder. Things have changed. I mean, it's a fact, one that's hard to ignore, and I don't mind being open about. And to be honest, I think a really high percentage of us can say that being confined to our homes have really taken a toll on us over this past year plus. Many of us probably look a little bit different than we did this time last year. I'm 100% used to doing everything from the home now. I've adjusted. I've made the adaptations to be able to do anything that I want to do from the home. One thing that I kind of neglect doing from the home is taking care of myself from a health standpoint. And I think what happened is I just took on so many things, doing so many things from inside the home that I didn't leave room for it. I just kind of spread work, and not just YouTube. I do a lot of work. My kids' schooling and conferences and meetings and all kinds of stuff. I just kind of scheduled every day with nothing but like work and other priorities. And I just forgot to leave room for taking care of myself. And now while looking at myself, I realize in hindsight that I should have taken more advantage of the downtime that I had. What I did in my downtime is I watched a lot of movies and I did a lot of research, and I kind of unwound that way. I'll have a glass of wine or something and watch a movie or a documentary or something. And that only came after I spent time with my daughters. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that some of that downtime could have been shredded out to places where it would be most beneficial for my physical health. But here are my thoughts when it comes to health. I feel like health and physical fitness are different. So I see a lot of people that are just always like, oh, I need to get out and start doing all these exercises, or I need to go to the gym, or I need to go to this park, or I need to go to this place and this place. And they feel like since they've been on lockdown, all of that's been off limits, and they feel like that's their excuse for not being healthy. Health and physical fitness are not one and the same. You can be physically fit, but it does not mean that you've reached your maximum health, or at least as close to maximum health as you're able to get to. In my thought process, especially now that I get older, health is a little bit more important to me than being physically fit. So let me explain. In my 20s, I was all about building muscle, bodybuilding, looking like I was healthy, getting that look. When people see somebody who has a lot of muscles, they assume that that person is healthy. They assume they're healthy. They work out all the time. They must be healthy. But you can pack on all the muscle you want. How are your organs doing? How's your brain? How's your liver processing? If you have a bad liver, it shows through your skin, your eyes yellowing. How's your kidneys? How's your bladder? How's your digestive system? How's your gut, which is most important? So although in my 20s I was doing all that bodybuilding and stuff like that, and I felt good, that's not to say that stuff is bad, obviously not. But was I really reaching optimal health for myself? Probably not, because I still ate like whatever I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Y'all out there in your 20s, you just eat like whatever.
That's it.
So I feel like nowadays I prefer to go for optimal health rather than being as physically fit as I can be, or finding somewhere in between, but still leaning more towards on the health side of the spectrum than the physically fit side. And speaking of just eating anything, I do realize that as I learn more, what goes in, it's way more important than what you do to your body. What you put in is more important than what you do to your body. You understand what I'm saying? Because listen, I watch YouTube channels of people that do muscle building, but also do these eating videos where they go to all these fast food restaurants and just eat that food. Now, are they building muscle still? Absolutely. They still look good. But that food that they're putting in, it's not going to do them well later on over the long term. Because, I mean, just because you're able to digest something and burn off most of it doesn't mean that you're not filtering out some of the stuff that you can't just burn off. If you know what I'm saying. And to be honest, if I had to choose between the two, I really don't have to choose. I can do whatever I want. But if I had to choose between being a crazy exercise nut and physical fitness and muscle building guy, or being the guy that watches what goes in and puts everything in meticulously and specific to what the body is needing in order to function optimally, I choose the food intake route any day. I think in a do or die situation, you would last longer eating good than exercising good. Another important thing to me that I'm realizing as I get older is flexibility is decreasing. I was that guy back in my younger days in school that was out of the few boys that was like super flexible. Like I was mad flexible. I don't know where it came from. I just was. And though I'm still hanging in there and I'm still pretty flexible after all this time of not even practicing or doing anything to help it along or anything like that, I can still feel that it's decreasing. And I like being limber. I like being flexible. I don't want to lose my reflexes. I like flexibility. So I think that along with other things that I work on throughout the summer, from now here in early June to about mid-July when my birthday comes, flexibility is what I'm going to work on with the intention on increasing it and maybe returning to that very limber me that I once was. In fact, I'm just thinking of this, but maybe I'll see if I can return to a front split or as close as possible to it.
Oh my God!
If I end up broken in two pieces, then I'll let you know in the video. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'll document the journey for those that wanna see it. I'll either have it here for members only or over on my Subscribe Star for those who wanna see it. So what am I getting at? I don't really blame the lockdown in Germany fully for the decrease in my health and physical fitness, but it did have something to do with it. But now that things are opening up and more outside liberties are starting to come back, I'll start making that transition to getting out and doing more outside stuff. Hopefully travel starts to get back to a little more normalcy too. Then after a few months of me doing these little things that I plan on doing for myself to improve, I'll see what things are looking like, feeling like.